What's going on, guys? It's your boy. With me today, I actually have two people. You guys want to introduce yourself?
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Yo, Prodigy here.
So today we're
Yeah.
doing the top 10 controversial fights in Naruto, which is not at all a controversial series at all. Everyone agrees the power cliffing is very obvious. There's no ambiguous scaling. So this video is going to be really good. No hate.
Yeah.
We're just going to start off with some honorable mentions, and the first one we have is Kakazu versus Pain, which is if you guys want to get into that.
Bro, Kakuzu stomps like easy, no
I swear.
difficulty. Like he's above Bijou level. Like his raw durability is like insane.
Yeah, I think we all agree that Kakazu should actually win against Pain just through just the narrative that Kishimoto was implying. Naruto fights Kakazu first, and obviously he has to fight someone stronger than
Yeah.
Pain. It just makes sense.
The
All right.
lore,
Yeah.
the lore just surpasses Pain just completely.
All right. Next one is
Bro.
Sasuke versus Madara. Now, the reason this one didn't make the list is because Loko did a really good job on his channel. Link in description,
Appreciate it.
breaking that down. So, did you want to give a brief rundown on that?
All right, let me start this off real quick. Three-Eyed Madara was like the pinnacle of the fucking Naruto series, right? He was going crazy but he's nothing compared to Kaguya. Like as soon as Kaguya comes out, Sasuke is just like, "Oh yeah, he's like definitely weaker than Kaguya, like 100%." And by the time that Naruto and Sasuke are in like the Boruto era, they're already able to like fight with Kaguya level opponents like Kinshiki and Momoshiki. And yes, it's not just like the fucking statements that say that they're Kaguya level. It's like the entire narrative, all the implications that state that Kaguya was much stronger than or much weaker than the two of them and like was like scared of them and shit. And of course, like Momoshiki has like fucking galaxies inside of his fucking dimension. It's shown like in the background there are like multiple stars and like fucking nebulas inside of his like little pocket dimension where Kage could barely create like fucking stars and shit in hers.
Yeah.
So like when adult Sasuke scales to like these characters, there's just no way that he's gonna lose to someone like Madara.
Yeah, if you couldn't tell, the Kakazu one was sarcastic. I definitely do agree that Sasuke should take this. I think Prodigy agrees too.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely adult Sasuke for sure. Number 10, this is probably the least controversial one, but I'll explain why in a minute. We've got Kage Summit Sasuke versus Sage Naruto. I'll just go over the arguments really quick. Sasuke in his fight with B was stated by Obito to be inferior to Naruto, who took down Pain, even though with extreme difficulty. Sasuke in the anime smiles and doesn't refute it in both the anime and the manga, and needs an EMS level Raikage and Danzo fight to encroach that sort of level. Now, what happens is that Sasuke does end up going blind in his fight with Kakashi. So a base Naruto and blind Sasuke have a clash, and Naruto agrees that Sasuke and him would kill each other. What ends up happening is that Sasuke still feels inferior to Naruto and has to get EMS.
All I'm saying is Sasuke's Susanoo was like pierced by like a fucking backhand from the Raikage. I don't think he's tanking a fucking Rasen Shuriken from Naruto, like Sage Amped especially.
Yeah, for sure. I think I'm also on the side of Sage Naruto. For the reason I think that Pain also could have won the Kage summon and just did the same thing Sasuke did, probably to a higher level too. And then you have his Rasen Shuriken and just all his abilities, I think, just to eclipse Sasuke.
By the way, I'm on the Uchiha, Sasuke, Itachi side for a lot of these fights. I personally think Naruto's going to take it, and I think this is probably one of the only ones where we all agree that one side should take it. If you
Yeah.
disagree, I would say that there are arguments for Sasuke that are strong, but Sasuke is blind, Naruto's in base. The Sage Mode amp should be a lot higher than Mangekyo, let alone Rasen Shuriken and pre-Cog hacks and whatnot.
Or moving on to number 9, we got Momoshiki versus Kaguya, and we're gonna catch a lot of hate for this one. But Kaguya, like we said before, like she was scared of like the higher tier Otsutsuki, like Kinshiki, Momoshiki, and Urashiki. Like even in base, like I said before, Momoshiki was able to create like fucking galaxy level pocket dimensions that Kaguya couldn't even like come close to. Like her best feat is like maybe solar system if you want to wank the true secret orbs. But like even that is contentious where Momoshiki is just like blatantly shown to like eat multiple god trees like in the anime, the manga, and like the novelizations. Like he eats multiple god trees and their fruits, and Kaguya is only confirmed to eat one. And like just base Momoshiki should be stronger as well because he was kind of able to knock out a Naruto. That granted he was protecting the Konoha tuning exams at this point, but like still. And when Fuse Momo comes in, I just don't think it's even a contest. Like he fuses with Kinshiki, who is like implied to have absorbed all of his predecessors as well. Like it's like kind of the tradition. So like however many Otsutsuki are now compiled into Momoshiki, and he has like thousands of years worth of like combat experience and just incredible abilities that rival like fucking post time skip Naruto and Sasuke.
The only thing I'd say for Kaguya myself is that Kaguya ate the fruit on Earth. The Earth sort of chakra fruit and the Ten Tails, Jubi, whatever, is supposed to be a very rich in nature. You could also argue that Momoshiki has really bad hands and he uses his ninjutsu. Whether or not you think that Kaguya would be immune to all these ninjutsu is sort of up to you. I think it's sort of a bit headcanon. The other thing is obviously Kaguya was afraid of Momoshiki and Kinshiki together. So maybe just with one of them, she might be able to take it. But that's just playing devil's advocate. My heart does say Momo for this one, but I'd like to think Kaguya wins because she just has so much more going on for her. She sort of just gets power crept, which is weird.
I think we would all like agree, like based off of like statements that Momo should be stronger than Kaguya, but
Which is unfortunate
I think
because I really like Kaguya.
which is unfortunate. So we'll say it's 2-1 because my boy Catch Dog kind of wants Kaguya to win here, and I don't know, man, but like we're gonna leave it up to y'all in the comments. Like pretty much all of these are gonna be like debatable in the comments. They are controversial for a reason,
except for the next one.
Yeah, take it
except
away.
for the next one.
Yeah, so like the next one, number 7, we have DMS Kakashi versus 8th Gate Guy, the most controversial fight on this list.
Oh my God.
Guy just has the most hype fight in the series against Deidara, and like his scaling is just insane. But like you have a Kakashi over here, which is like, I know like guys like gets hyped up a lot because he's 8th Gate Guy, he has like a hype fight. But like Kakashi just like gets slept on a lot. I think that's why you see like a lot of people in like these TikToks and stuff just like compare them to. I'm sure like everyone here has seen a TikTok on like these two characters.
Guy versus Toneri. Yep.
Oh my God. Fucking hell.
So yeah, you have Kakashi like reacting to Kaguya, blitzing Kaguya even with his Chidori, and like you have a guy like his best feats is going up against the Jubidara. He does actually pretty good against Jubidara, unless you want to like argue that Madara wasn't trying at that point in time, which I actually don't think that that's the case. I think that he actually was trying, but yeah, that's just his best feats. That's like really as far as he goes. He's like one-eyed Madara level. As like for Kakashi, he's like an amped Kaguya type like beast. He's like an end of series Naruto and Sasuke type. So like, yeah, there's not really like much of a comparison you can make, unless you go on TikTok and you get your scaling from there. So
if you are the biggest Might Guy fan, prove to us right now that with them both having an infinite time limit, that Kakashi would get hit by Guy at all ever.
Yes, please come up with a line of like any type of arguments for Guy. I will be in the comments.
Yeah,
and
like Guy was going to die from Jubi Madara. He had help. Lots of help, mind you. He was going to die from the truth they're seeking orbs. I think it's 3 times he gets saved. I think it's 2 or 3. I'm not sure. Madara is nothing to Kaguya. His body explodes. In fact, Madara gets another Renegan and another eye. And the God Tree absorbed. His body cannot handle Kaguya. And his body, in fact, blows up. Then Kakashi fights her and does better than Guy did against Madara. Like...
I'm no guy hater, but come on now. Like, guy was struggling. Like, he had all the help that he needed against like the weakest form of Rikido Madara that we've seen, and he still lost. And then like DMS Kakashi just comes in and like chops off parts of fucking Kaguya like it's nothing.
Yeah, and even if you want to say that like if you want to say that like both of them, you know, ran out of chakra or whatever, and like Guy is out of his eighth gates, the worst for Kakashi is like still a W because Guy, when he runs out of his ability, he dies, and Kakashi doesn't. So
I think we can move on. I think we made it pretty clear. This is a hard stomp, 3-0. We all agree Kakashi should win, which is, again, unfortunate. I'm a huge Guy fan, but Kakashi just has a dumb plot amp, which is, you know, just something that happens. The next one we're doing is Itachi versus Obito. I'll answer for Itachi's side real quick because the other guys don't agree with me, which is fine. I would say that Obito in his orange mask doesn't do anything and has some horrendous anti-feats. He gets tagged by Conan, who's below base dry level. He gets taken care of nearly by Danzo's goons, who are just nameless fodder. He also is heavily implied to fear Itachi if he knew everything about him. This is shown in the manga, in the anime, and in the novels. And obviously we know that Obito is extremely flawed, so that the way Itachi would fight him probably is to use Izanami or an Amaterasu. And the longer that Obito and Itachi fight, it would actually be better for Itachi to learn all of his abilities. That's just what I think about Itachi, and Obito was so impressed by Itachi that he thinks to himself that he could have killed him even after Itachi had died.
Like, real quick, like, anyone in the comments, please answer me this. Name one technique that could kill Obito. Name one technique Itachi has that can kill Obito. Like, fucking Amaterasu is not hitting him. Like, Obito in his orange mask form was still able to like calmly through the right Kage. And if you want to bring up that shit about how like fucking Sasuke's Amaterasu trap thing hit Obito, like, he was off guard, right? He wasn't expecting like fucking Amaterasu to fucking come out of nowhere. Like, he was like, finger pointing Genjutsu isn't gonna work. Like, Obito's gonna be able to break out like the basic Sharingan Genjutsu and arguably Tsukuyomi, because he does have the Mangekyo Sharingan. And like, I don't know anyone that's gonna say that the fucking Totsuka Blade is gonna even be able to fucking touch Obito. Like, that shit is kind of slow, to be honest. Like, and Obito might just be able to fucking Kamui through the Susanoo and just like fucking punch Itachi right in the fucking right in the stomach or some shit, and then it's like GG's, bro. And like, also for Izanami, like, for Izanami to be able to work, like, you have to be able to like hit someone enough times for it to like start a loop, and like, I just don't see fucking Itachi being able to even touch Obito.
Yeah, I sort of think the same way as Loko does. I don't see Itachi like really having a way to touch Obito. You know, you have Obito as like a kid. You know, he's like comparable to Minato, Hokage Minato, one of the fastest characters up to that point in the series. So you have that, and then like, even if you want to say that like Itachi could hit Obito, I'm not sure how he's like killing Obito other than the Totsuka Blade, which I don't think the Totsuka Blade would hit him, like be able to hit him either. But like, people underestimate Obito's just durability in general. If you look in like the war, look who he gets hit by. It's KCM 2 Naruto. It's Kakashi Chidori through the chest. It's like just insane characters, and he's just tanking them all.
He
like,
still survives.
I could argue that like his durability is like sort of insane. I think that's just something people really underestimate.
Bro just does not die. He like, fucking Jinchurikis are supposed to die when they have their bijou pulled out of them, and this dude just is like, he doesn't die. He just refuses to die. So like,
definitely not downplaying Obito. All I'm gonna say is that if Conan can hit Obito
Oh
And
fuck.
all right, we pretty much agree Obito should take it. Orange Mask. I don't think we need to bring up White Mask. Even I, who
Yeah.
is the Itachi guy in this sort of Discord chat, probably agrees that White Mask is not a fight.
So number 6 on the list, we got Hamura versus Kinshiki. And like, I know what you're thinking right now. Who the fuck is Hamura? He's the Sage of Six Paths brother. And there's actually some pretty crazy scaling for him. Like, a lot of people think that like Hamura is just kind of like weak. Like, he didn't really do anything against the fight against Kaguya. And obviously we know that Kinshiki, like he's a lot of people like to downplay him and say that he's kind of weak, but he's also stated to be like above Kaguya level. But as for Hamura, like, there's nothing that implies that he was like weaker than the Sage of Six Paths. If anything, they should have been like equal during their fight with Kaguya. And they both have Six Paths Sage mode because it's shown that they're both like wielding like the True Seeker Orb staff things. So Hamura should have like Six Paths Sage mode. And after Hagoromo like absorbs the Jubi and he becomes like arguably one of the strongest characters in Shippuden. Like, Hamura goes up to the moon to watch over the Ghetto Mazo and stuff like that, and he gains the fucking Tenseigan. And later in Naruto, the last of the movie, like, Toneri is trying to gain like a fucking ounce of Hamura's like true power. Like, that's the whole thing he was trying to do. When he's fighting Naruto at the end, he's like, I will show you Hamura's true power, and then proceeds to like cut the moon in half and tries to throw the fucking moon at Earth. And Toneri should still be fucking weaker than Hamura. He's like a bootleg Hamura. So base Toneri is kind of ass, right? Mm-hmm. But with that Tenseigan amp, he's like stated to be above Kaguya with that Tenseigan amp.
Which is dumb.
Hamura it is dumb. It is dumb.
Yeah.
But if you want to use that statement and say that Toneri is above like fucking Kaguya level, not only should he have the Tenseigan, and not only does he have like a Six Paths Sage mode amp, which should be like fucking stronger than Naruto's, because like Naruto just got like the Sage of Six Paths chakra, right? And like that wasn't like all of his chakra. So Hamura should still have like a better Six Paths Sage mode on top of that, because that wasn't even all of Hamura's chakra. On top of all that, he has a portion of Kaguya's chakra. Like, it's debatable whether or not you want to say like fucking Prime Hagoromo with Jubi is like above Kaguya, but they should be like relative to each other.
Yeah.
So like, with that in mind, like, not only is like with statements, it's like with feats, like it can go either way. But if you want to use the statements on Toneri and say that he is stronger than Kaguya, and Prime Hagoromo, who should definitely be above Toneri, is also like above Kaguya as well, then fucking Hamura's fucking kicking Kinshiki's ass. Like, it can go either way, like based off of like the fucking Toneri statements and stuff like that, and who you think is winning between like a fucking Kaguya versus Hagoromo match. But I'm going with Hamura here off of this crazy fucking scaling. Like, Kinshiki is like, he's stated to have like the casual planet cutting attacks, but like other than that, like, he was kind of like mid.
Yeah, for me, I'm not a huge believer in Kinshiki's ability. I think Hamura just has better lore. I think Hamura is... I do think, realistically, if we're putting our power scaling hats on, Hamura also should take it. But a lot of what Loko said is sort of up for interpretation. So if you are a huge Kinshiki fan, I will give you that. That's probably why it's a little bit contentious, because unironically, we actually see more of Kinshiki than we do Hamura. So you could put all your money into the fact that, you know, we actually see Kinshiki fight.
Most of Hamura's power is like it's basically off of hype, like we just said. We haven't seen any feats from him. It's just like all scaling and hype and like statements from other characters and what they've said about him. So like, if you want to say like Hamura's like actually weak, the Tenseigan amp doesn't mean shit. Six Paths Sage mode is weak. Like, I guess you can give it to fucking Kinshiki, but I'm on the Hamura train here.
Yeah, I'm on the Hamura train too, just off of that beautiful analysis that Loko just gave. So.
Me too. I think this is a 3-0. I think we can move on. Hamura is a weird character, but Yeah, Prodigy, take it away.
Yeah, so next up is it's a pretty debated one. It's Neji in the Chunin exams versus Sasuke.
This is probably the
Chunin
most
exams.
contentious one by far, I think,
Yeah.
for me personally. I see this
Yeah,
everywhere.
so yeah, I also see it everywhere. If you're in like the Naruto community at all, you've probably seen it at least once or twice. But I'm gonna give sort of just like my line of scaling, and then they could get into it. You have Neji. He fights Naruto, QB amped chakra Naruto in the Chunin exams. And there's this statement in the data books that says that Naruto, every time he says that he's gonna be Hokage, he gets stronger, which is like, it sort of sounds outrageous, but I swear it's like actually true. It actually says that. So yeah, you have that amped Naruto, and then you have him over a base Naruto. Like, mind you, this like Gaara, like this transformed Gaara versus like Sasuke and Naruto fight takes place right after the Chunin exams. So it's hard to say that like Naruto really got that much stronger. Like, it's just really hard to argue that. So like you have that Neji fight Naruto over a base Naruto, who was like relative to a transformed Gaara, who was like more transformed into the One Tail state than than when he fought Sasuke. So like you have that Chidori like Sasuke hatred amp, who was like just like relative to a less transformed Gaara, and I think that's like where I get my scaling from. So yeah, just like based off that scaling, Neji would be over him, but I'll let them two get into it.
Yeah, for me, Sasuke is stated to be the strongest of the Leaf, which is not stated about Neji, not stated about Naruto. Sasuke fights a stronger Gaara, and a stronger Gaara than the Chunin exams round 2 or round 1 or whatever it is. Sasuke finesses Gaara in base, which is supposed to be like the strongest of the sand, and he goes on to fight the most transformed Gaara up until that point with a curse mark. For me, I think Sasuke might power cliff Neji, but I will say that in Neji's side that, if him and Sasuke have a little scuffle, he dicks down all of his chakra points, he activates the curse mark, and then will not let, Neji hit him again. He might use his ninjutsu, might use his fireball jutsu, but then again, in Neji's favor, it's like if you take the novels into the account and blah blah blah, the Byakugan should just be able to chop through ninjutsu. But I just think, Sasuke, it's a little bit more difficult to argue for Sasuke. Just on Prodigy's side, I might also argue that, this is a stronger base Naruto, but that's just what I think. So I'm backing Sasuke on this, but I definitely don't think it's a stomp either side. I actually think it's a good fight.
Yeah. One more thing before like Loko goes. I just want to say that like with the Chidori, say Sasuke charges up like a Chidori, Kakashi states that like in like perceptive ability, like the Byakugan like surpasses the Sharingan. So like say Sasuke charges in like a straight direct line, like what he does with the Chidori. Neji like would most likely, if you take like my line of scaling seriously and you take like the Byakugan statement seriously, he most likely be able to just like dodge it and like just like what Catch Dog said, just hit Sasuke's chakra points, or just counter it just completely easily, like a rotation or anything like that. So yeah,
I don't know, man. I feel like Neji just might take it. Sasuke, like, he only has like 2 Chidoris like per day. I don't know, like Neji should be able to like see that shit coming. Like, the only reason he lost to Naruto is because he was kind of being like a dick and was like, yeah, man, like you suck, like whatever, you're not ever gonna be Hokage,
Plot win.
So yeah, it was like Naruto had to win. It was like a triumphant like time for Naruto. I'm gonna just back Neji, but I could understand where you say like where people could say Sasuke.
So I think, yeah, the boys here both gave good points for Neji, but obviously it's 2-1. I'm on the Sasuke side. And Yeah, we can move on to my next one, which is Minato versus Tobirama, which is quite the interesting debate. And you know, I did a Tobirama video, and I said that Tobirama beats most of the Akatsuki, and even then I still got called a Tobirama downplayer. So I'll let you guys go first. What do you think about Tobirama versus Minato when they're both alive and in their prime?
Tobirama's
Yeah.
fodder.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I actually think differently. I think that like you know, Tobirama, he's like reacting to like Jubito, so like based off that, I think Tobirama just stomps Minato. What do you guys think?
Yeah, man. Like Tobirama should be
Yeah.
like scaling to fucking like Izuna, which is like Madara's brother, and like Izuna is like stated to be like fucking Valley like Madara level, which means he should be like on par with fucking Hashirama, like because Madara fought Hashirama at the Valley of the End. So like fucking I don't know if Minato's beating Hashirama, man. So I'm gonna just have to give it to Tobirama.
Honestly, he might just like speed blitz.
Yeah, poor Tobirama.
Yeah, bro, fuck Tobirama, dude. He's getting his ass beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Minato wins.
We definitely talked about it, and we're trying to figure out like how we can, you know, maybe, you know, say like, oh, you know, Tobirama did this and Minato didn't do this in the war, but it's like, bro, like Minato in the war arc is so mental nerfed. Like he just found out like Obito, like he failed Obito and is responsible for letting his wife and son almost die. You know, Minato is the like perfect child and is just told like he's failed his whole life. In the manga, he has like periods indicating that like he is delayed in his reaction. In fact, he's actually speechless for a lot of the time. And Tobirama is just like a crazy like emotionless fighter that's always thinking about the situation. He's very switched on. Like Minato does better in base as Edo as he does like in KCM. Like Minato is just a better Tobirama in my opinion. Better flying Raijin, faster. He has Nine Tails level ceiling jutsu. He's just crazy.
Yeah, of course. Like I just don't see any way that Tobirama would be able to take it. Like Minato has better speed, better teleportation. Like his Rasengan would probably fuck up Tobirama. Like I don't know if Water Dragon Jutsu is gonna be touching Minato.
Yeah, worst flying Raijin is a big thing because that's how they fight. Just
yeah.
Minato is just like better at everything than like Tobirama. He's most likely more intelligent. Like everything I've said about Tobirama before about like that Jubito stuff, obviously don't believe.
Yeah.
Just want to get that out of the way before people attack me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also agree that like Minato just wipes.
So this one's number 3. We got Madara versus Toneri here. This is Rikido Madara. 6 paths. I guess you can give him like the third eye or whatever. Like even with the third eye, like I've said several times before, he's already weaker than Kaguya. And if you want to go with the Toneri line of scaling, where he's like supposed to be like the strongest enemy, which means he's stronger than fucking Kaguya and Madara, of course. So if you wanna take that statement at face value, then obviously Toneri stomps here. But honestly, like even without the statement, I feel like Toneri should be like physically stronger than Madara, just because he's like able to casually fucking cut planets in half. Like he's fucking throwing meteors at Earth the size of like Madara's fucking Tengai Shinsei. Fucking he's trying to throw the moon at Earth as well. Like Toneri has all of these like planetary feats that he kind of does pretty casually. So he should be like physically stronger than Madara, but honestly, I don't see any way that he could actually like fucking kill Madara or like seal him away.
We were talking about it. We are like, all right, Toneri might be stronger, which is dumb, but like, can Madara even be killed with his 3 eyes? Like,
yeah, like
he can
the best...
be killed by Zetsu.
Oh, he can be. Oh my god, fucking
sealed.
Zetsu beating Toneri.
Yeah, Zetsu above Toneri confirmed.
Oh my god, fucking. I don't know, man. Maybe like Toneri's like True Seeker orbs might be able to like destroy Madara's soul, just like they did the fucking Edo Tensei's. But I don't know, man. Like I don't see any like win cons for Toneri other than like like the true secret wars, but like he overpowers Madara like most likely, but like over time I feel like Madara just like, I don't know, slowly takes advantage of him. Like the thing that we were talking about earlier is Toneri should have Six Pass Sage mode because he has the true secret orbs and he has like the little lines around his face. So he can probably sense Madara's limbo clones.
Yeah.
And I guess Toneri was kind of able to fight like a stronger version of Naruto than the one that like fought those limbo clones already. So the limbo clone shouldn't be a really big problem for him. And I feel like that's what people are going to bring up the most. So
Yeah, by the
I
way,
guess
off
like
recording.
yeah.
Sorry, off recording. You know, Loko here was repping Toneri the whole time, and he was like, "Yeah, Toneri stomps." And then it wasn't until like we were about to record that he's like, "Wait a minute, like, can like what like Madara's weird body might just be like might be going putting in work."
Yeah, bro. Like honestly, like I don't know. Maybe I'm having to change of heart here. Maybe my like hatred for Madara has subsided at long last. But
Yeah.
fucking, it's like
Yeah.
I still say Toneri because Toneri should be like physically stronger. But Madara, Madara would just like eventually probably be able to win.
I'd agree with that. I think Toneri's probably stronger, which is dumb, but my heart says Madara, so I'm just going to go Madara because Toneri being stronger than Kaguya is stupid, so I'm just going to continuously just say that's not real. But I do think that Toneri
Denial.
should win. Should.
Yeah. So like my like in-depth analysis on this take is like Madara wins because he's just cooler.
Yeah, 3 eyes, you know.
Like that's just how
BFR.
I feel. Is like how are you gonna beat someone with 3 eyes? You know.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Maybe we should just move
I
on.
don't think I want to answer this one, so let's just move on.
yeah. So like the next one is Sasori versus Deidara. Now for this, me and Catchdog, we sort of agree on Loko. He like I'm pretty sure he thinks something else, but the Sasori fans are going to be after us because
Yeah, this
we
isn't a
sort of
Sasori
have like
channel,
a
thank God.
yeah, we both don't run Sasori fan channels. We actually think that like Deidara most likely just like stomps Sasori. He outscales him in like every way. You have like him reacting to a stronger Sasuke than like the one at the beginning of the series who just like perception blitzes the same Sakura that could react to like anything Sasori does. And you have like Chio, who was like while like angered and like being serious, you know, she wants to kill Kakashi. Like base starter Shippuden Naruto is reacting to her, so it's like Sasuke is about to like kill entire Team 7 with a Kyurem and like blitzes all of them at the same time, even like Kakashi level Yamato. So it's like you know, Deidara pretty much outscale Sasori every way, unless you want to take the Sasori's lore like just like completely serious. You know, you want to say that he's like War Art Gara level or whatever. You want to take that serious, then like you know, maybe he most likely beats Deidara.
For me, personally, I just think that we don't know how that third Kage fight went down, so the highest forms of Sasori interpretations are a little bit headcanon. We know that Sasori doesn't care, he fights very strange, he sort of screws around with Chio, who got blocked by a base Naruto, but that's alright. So they fight, you know, Chio might be a beast, we don't know, but the third Kage might just have been poisoned. And, you know, me and Prxdigy, we go into that on a video called Hebi Sasuke versus the Akatsuki duos. But we don't know how that fight went down. Deidara is implied by Kisame to be one of their stronger members, you know. And, you know, maybe the Akatsuki didn't know about Sasori's, like, puppet body. Like, that's fair enough, but do you guys think in the comments that one of Sasori's bombs is blowing up like the puppets? Because I can personally see like a lot of his bombs just blowing up Sasori's main body. Like, I don't know, man, like that got one hit by Sakura, and Deidara's like AP is just insane. Like, it's insane.
All right, let me hop in this real quick with one short sentence. And I quote: Master Sasori is stronger than I am.
No, that's valid. That's valid. I'll give you that.
Oh
Yeah.
man, like we were talking about this before. Like fucking Sasori fucking was able to kill the Kaze Kage without his strongest weapon, which is the Kaze Kage. And like fucking Deidara was having trouble against like fucking Gara, who should be weaker than the same Kaze Kage that fucking Sasori killed. And Deidara kind of had to go for like a cheap shot. He had to go like fucking Hiroshima mode and try to nuke the entire sand village. And then like Gara had to like save the village or something like that. So Deidara just pulled like a fucking cheap shot. You know, that's the only reason why Gara lost. And like I do think that like fuck, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like if Sasori were to like be bloodlusted off the start, I feel like he would just immediately like come out of that like fat puppet of his, and then just bring it, and then just like fucking blitz Deidara. But
I'd agree with
I
that.
just yeah, like if Sasori like wanted to kill Deidara like off the start, I feel like it would be over as soon as that. But like if he were to start off with that weird puppet of his with the fucking ponytail, then like I don't know. Maybe Dataro will be able to win it with like a quick and easy like fucking bird bomb thing, but I feel like Dataro eventually like run out of his clay before the end of the fight.
For me, I've always like interpreted Deidara saying that he's weaker than Sasori, just to try to get Kakashi and Naruto to go help Chio and Sakura. Like I've always interpreted that way. I guess it's just like you can interpret how you want. Why is like he saying that out in the open to Naruto and Kakashi? It just makes sense to me.
You know what I thought of?
Um,
Sorry.
what?
Maybe he's talking about him with no arms. And that's why he's stronger, because he's got no arms.
He can't produce his clay.
Yeah, he's got no clay and his arms are good. Maybe that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, but like,
He called him
yes,
senpai. He was like, Master Sasori
Yeah.
is stronger than I am. He's like, I guess I like Sasori. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like Sasori too, but it's just like, I mean, like,
his
damn,
lore
like,
carries him.
Sasuke's pretty strong too, and Deidara nearly killed him. Like, yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the next one, which is our last one. This is Madara versus Jubito. Now, we kind of didn't know which Madara to use. Realistically, it should be Edo Madara, because that's the Madara that was actually going to fight Jubito. Jubito obviously is, yeah, so this is stable Jubito obviously. And the interesting thing is about this fight is that obviously Madara thinks he was going to beat Jubito. Now, he says something that's very strange. He says, Naruto, I give you credit, you actually weakened Obito for me. Now, this has been interpreted a few ways. The first thing that you could sort of say is that, like, Madara was going to weaken Obito anyway, and with his Edo Tensei body, he wouldn't get obliterated unless you think Truth-Seeking Orbs would blow him up and whatnot. Or you think that, you know, Madara didn't have to risk his life to weaken Obito, in which case he was going to force Obito to use the Rene Rebirth Jutsu and extract the Ten Tails. But I do think that a better fight for me personally is Alive One-Eyed Madara versus Jubito. So what do you guys think about Edo Tensei first?
Yeah, so like Edo Tensei, I think that like stable Jubito would just wipe that Edo Madara. Just like really in every way. You have like a stable Jubito, like even like an unstable Jubito was like blitzing like Tobirama, and like Hashirama just like admits like inferiority to Jubito as soon as he breaks out of the gracious deity gates. And like you have like that Edo Hashirama, Edo Madara, like both like relative. So it's like, yeah, it's like Jubito sort of just collapsed.
The feats are definitely in Obito's favor, for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Like, Jubito's like fucking True Secret Orb should just like neg Madara's like Edo Tensei regeneration, just like it did for the Kage. And then like I don't know, like he should be able to sense the Limbo clones that One-Eyed Madara has because he has the Six Path Sage mode, and Naruto was able to sense it as well. And he might arguably like be stronger than these same Limbo clones because like um when Madara when Madara used his Limbo clones against like Naruto and Sasuke, and they were like after they had gotten their six Paz amps, like Madara was also stronger because he had the Jubi inside of him, so that could have arguably made his Limbo clones like stronger. Along with that, he had his like second Renegon, so Jubito just might actually be stronger than the fucking Limbo clones, and that's really like all Madara has at that point that could actually like harm Jubito. So yeah, I'm gonna just give it to Jubito here.
Yeah, if it's all I'll say is that the back of the volume calls him the strongest enemy, but
Oh my
I
god.
totally agree. Feat wise, he should be stronger, but I'd actually give it to Jubito if we're talking Edo Tensei. But
Yeah.
I honestly would give it to Madara with the Renegon. That's just what I think.
Yeah, that's honestly how I feel too. Edo Tensei Jubito should clap. Like, I don't even like actually think that that's like a close fight.
No.
But like with
Yeah,
the
no.
alive one Renegon, like stage mode, Hashirama cells, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that Madara should like win, but I actually think that's a close fight. Like, I actually think that's really close.
Yeah, which is the whole point of the video. It's definitely contentious. It's up in the air. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have one more that me and Loko will
honorable
probably go
mention.
over. Yeah, one more. We got
Yeah.
Delta versus Momoshiki. I'll just answer for Delta real quick. Delta fights a stronger full power Naruto in Taijutsu and does way, way, way better than Momoshiki does against a half power Naruto, even though Momoshiki is amped by Biju Chakra and he has Kinshiki absorbed. Delta as well has regeneration negging laser beam, so there's no Momoshiki regenerating, there's none of that. Now, the only thing that you could really argue is that Momoshiki, when fused, he can actually somewhat clap Naruto and Sasuke when they're working together, is an insane amp to the point where even Naruto and Sasuke saying one word to each other understands and complements each other's plans straight away. They know each other inside and out. So maybe through just ninjutsu alone, Delta can probably be overwhelmed just because, it can clap Naruto and Sasuke at the same time. And I'm talking about the Golem Jutsu. But at the same time, it's like, can Delta absorb that type of jutsu? This is like the bit where it gets contentious, because the other thing is that Momoshiki has to be somewhat relative to Ishiki, because Boroshiki and Kawashiki need to be rivals for them to fight in the future. So there's a few weird things going here, but I'll let Loko talk.
Fuse Momo was like on par with like half power Naruto and half power Sasuke, like Cash Dog said. And I don't know like about their amp. They might have an amp, but they haven't like fought with each other or like beside each other for fucking years. Like ever since they haven't trained together since part one. And the last time they fought together was like against each other. So like I don't know if they'd actually have like a teamwork amp, like maybe they get like a small buff, like maybe they're able to like read each other's movements just like they did back in the good old days or whatever. But honestly, like their amp shouldn't be like that substantial, and also like Momoshiki should scale to like full power Naruto and Sasuke individually. And honestly, I don't know if Naruto was going all out against Delta. He never pulled out the QB avatar, the Rasengan, and granted, it's probably because Delta could absorb it. But I don't know if Momoshiki would have the same problem because most of his attacks just like fucking blow up shit, like the lava golem thing and those like weird snake dragon stone thingies. I don't know if Delta will be able to absorb that, but I think like Fuse Momo should most likely be able to take it here. I'm on Momo's side.
I think Fused Momo should just narratively take it, but through feats, Delta should slap base Momo. That's what I'll say.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Momoshiki would win because I actually do not know who Delta is at the moment. So
No shot.
True.
yeah.
So, guys, definitely check out Loko and Prodigy's channel. Definitely look at the Madara versus Sasuke video. That was really good. That sort of broke down a lot of the power cliff that we see in Boruto that we sort of discussed here. And definitely check out Prodigy's channel. We have a video that I mentioned before
Oh
coming
yeah,
out.
it'll be out before this video. So
Yeah, sweet. So there you go.
Also, me and Prodigy got a collab coming out on my channel. If I'm not lazy, I'll have it out soon, but go check that out. It's Itachi
Alright.
versus Minato. We did in-depth research on that, so yeah, just check it out like after this one. Bro, it was cool having us on. Appreciate you, Catch Dog. Look forward to working with you in the future, bro.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for being on, boys. And thanks everybody for watching. Peace.
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 All right.
Bros, like who the fuck are these people?
Yeah.
What is this Boruto you speak of? Did
Who
you
is
say
Daemon?
Dorito? Oh my god. The
Yeah.
fucking Daemon scaling is so weird,
Yeah,
bro.
Daemon versus Eight Gates Guy. You guys go tell me who wins.
Bro, Damon's beating like all the fucking Shippuden, bro. I fucking that's our final matchup. Damon versus Shippuden, bro.
Yeah.
No. Our
Like,
final matchup is Himawari versus Shippuden.
oh my god, bro. That's even worse. Like Himawari would actually like clap fucking
Don't tell people the
Shippuden.
spoilers.
Oh, like the spoilers, like if you want to cut it
Yeah.
off or like skip until later, like fucking when Damon comes into the Lee Village in like the android arc, he like runs across like Himawari and he's like trying to beat her ass for some reason. And then he's like, why aren't you fighting back? Like, why aren't you trying to hurt me? Like, you're stronger than everyone else here, which would include Naruto, Sasuke, Borushiki, Kawashiki, and like all of the other strong people in the area. So like he would be like scaling like around fucking above Fuse Momoshiki because he scaled above like No Limits Code, and No Limits Code was like Jigen level, and like I bro is actually slapping all of Shippuden at once. I don't believe this, but it's fucking crazy.
Just my copium, just for my sake, for just before the video ends. Limbo clones, solo, can't see them, can't feel them, doesn't have a Renegon,
Bro,
doesn't have 6 pars. My copium,
he has
copium.
he has like some knockoff reverse counter or like fucking reverse counter. He
Yeah.
has a knockoff full counter ability off of fucking Seven Deadly Sins Meliodas shit that would like fucking that would the limbo clones would just get fucking wrecked as soon as he did that shit. Like he just
Yeah.
fucking claps his hands together and like fucking all the like murderous intent that you have towards him just reflects back on you and your like fucking head blows up.
Yeah. But I don't read that part of the series, so it doesn't exist, so it's fine.
My
Exactly.
head canon is more important than the series,
That's right.
bro. Like
It actually doesn't exist in my world.